Hello and welcome back to the Bundren Lawn Care iRacing series. Today we're here for race number 2 at Thompson Speedway. So 8 drivers today will take on this short little track. And as you see, they're already starting the grid up. Qualifying just finished up. We'll get to your starting lineup in just a second as the pace car is off. So we'll get to your starting lineup. So on the pole, it's the 79 of Barrett Polhemus. Or actually, it's the 37 of Glenn Bundren. Right beside him is Barrett Polhemus. Row number 2, Ryan Hyatt in that 88 with Sam Brochu in the 21. Row number 3, that's Max Cost in the 63 with Riley Marabello to his outside. And then rounding out your top 8 is Alexander Schumacher with the 54 of John Lynch. So there will only be one heat in this race. And then we'll get on to our two main features, 240 lap features for this race. As remember last week at USA International, we saw a wreck on the first lap in the heat race number 1, so we'll see if that happens again. As the pace car peels down pit road, Glenn Bundren is going to lead the field to green, and green flags in the air here at Thompson Speedway. Barrett Polhemus jumps out to an early lead over Glenn. As Sam Brochu running that inside lane, trying to pass Glenn Bundren right now in that 21. Oh, Riley Marabello, a bit of a tap behind by Ryan Hyatt. He keeps it straight. That's definitely going to help that top 3 pull away. Now the heat race doesn't really matter, it really just matters where you start in the feature, as no one will be going home today. Back up front, Brochu with a huge run on Glenn Bundren. Here he comes down low, trying to make that pass work. And he almost got up into Glenn Bundren, as this is what Barrett Polhemus wants to see. As we know, Sam Brochu, he won the heat race last week at USA. As we're halfway done with this heat already. With these two side by side, it's helping Riley Marabello catch back up a little bit. But it looks like Glenn will finally clear Brochu. We have a battle back here. Max Cost gets around Ryan Hyatt. Right now, it's still Barrett Polhemus leading. And Sam Brochu still trying to take second away from Glenn Bundren. Now we saw at USA, these back bumpers are very, very fragile, and it lifts the cars up easy, so it's very, very hard to create a bump and run without wrecking the guy in front of you in these late models, as we got 2 laps to go. Nice and single file for the most part. Few cars close together, especially for second. We'll be watching that battle. As Sam Brochu back underneath. Bundren really up high in the corner, and Brochu's finally going to clear, but white flag for Barrett Polhemus. Got an early jump on Glenn Bundren on that restart, or on the start of the race. And that's just led every single lap so far. An easy Heat 1 win for Barrett Polhemus as he comes across the line. So he'll be starting first in feature number 1. Sam Brochu second, Glenn Bundren third, as they all crash behind. Now it's time for the heat race. Or the feature race. So feature number 1, 40 laps. Feature number 2 will also be 40 laps. We will wait for everybody to grid up. We'll go over some things. So, Sam Brochu, who won the second feature race last week, was in the 25, now in the 21 for this week at Thompson Speedway. Another car who switched numbers, Ryan Hyatt back here in the 88. I believe he got third in feature number 2 last week. So on that podium. And then right beside him, that's Max Kost, who's making his first start today. And right behind him, that's John Lynch, who's also making his first start in the league today. If I can find his number here. Here he is. That Monster Energy 54. Pretty iconic. So like I mentioned, Sam Brochu won the second feature race last week. Blaze Brinkley won the first one, but he's not here today, so we'll see if someone else can capture a feature win. As one to go single this time by. 8 cars ready to take on this small little speedway. As they enter turn number 3. Pace car down pit road. Barrett Polhemus is going to lead us to the green flag into the restart zone. Green flag is out here in feature number 1. Brochu out to a big lead already on lap number 2. And my bad, this is actually 50 laps, so feature 2 will also be 50 laps. And Barrett Polhemus, he ran really wide that in turn number 3 last time by. Actually lost the position to Glenn Bundren. And man, that outside lane is just so strong on the restarts. That's how Sam Brochu now has a pretty big gap over second place, as now you see Barrett underneath Glenn trying to make that pass for second. Not much for that 79. As they're all going to try to regroup to catch Sam Brochu, who has pulled to more than a half-second lead over the field. So we got a big jumble back here of cars. Alexander Schumacher, Max Kost, a few others in front of them. They've been scrapping it up back here. John Lynch. As Glenn is slowly reeling in Sam Brochu. We got a side-by-side battle back here. That's Alexander Schumacher, John Lynch. This is for 6th. Oh, Lynch is spinning and he collects Alexander Schumacher, who hits the inside wall. Don't know if that's going to bring out a caution, and it will. So caution is out for the first time here at Thompson Speedway. Looks like John Lynch just got a bit loose on the outside lane, and poor Schumacher had nowhere to go there. Watch from a different angle. Let's go take a look at that replay. I see they were side by side heading into 1 and 2. And then Lynch, yep, just gets a bit loose. Collects the 68, and around Schumacher went. Pretty significant damage into that inside wall. Let's go back and look from a different angle. Yeah, I'm not sure if that 54 hit a seam or something, as we're on board with the 68. So Just very unfortunate circumstances right there. As remember, caution laps do not count, so you do not go laps down if you're on pit road for a little while. There is a choose cone in the league, though. So we're 1 lap to go till green. Brochu, Glenn Bundren, they both take the outside. Everybody's taking the outside. Barrett Pulhemus will take the inside. So does John Lynch. So most of these drivers taking the outside lane, they see that the advantage is up there. That's all but 3 drivers. So pace car coming back in this time by. We'll be restarting on lap number 7. And green flag is out. Nice jump by Sam Brochu. Not the best of restarts for that 79. And Glenn Bundren will easily take second from him. See, these two might start battling again here soon. John Lynch and Schumacher, and here comes Schumacher down low, trying to make the dive work. He's gone. He's back. So both these drivers with damage. Battling it out. Hopefully the same thing doesn't happen like last time. So if I remember correctly, the field will invert whenever we go into feature number 2. So if you're last, like Max Cost is right now, he will be the pole sitter for feature number 2. As Schumacher, big dive, he's gone. And I think that might have scared John Lynch a little bit. Maybe a bit of contact, but we really couldn't see it. But Schumacher takes that position. That was for 6th. We head back up front. Still about the same. Everybody just chasing the 21 of Sam Brochu. I got no idea if feature number 2 is going to be at night, but this race is already... Oh! Glenn Bundren spins off the corner. It looks like he hit the same seam that John Lynch did earlier. He keeps it off the wall, though, but that's going to bring out caution number 2. Go back and take a look at what happened. Running second, trying to catch Sam Brochu. And yeah, that seam in turn number 2. It collects another driver. Around Glenn Bundren goes. Let's go on board and see what these drivers are dealing with in turn number 2. See, it just catches them off guard. Luckily for Glenn, though, he didn't hit anything. So unfortunately, he will have to go to the back of the field. He has a pretty fast car, so it'll be fun seeing him get through this pack. Right now, it's just been a dominant day for Sam Brochu. One to go till green. Brochu's going to take high. Everybody's going to take that outside lane. Alexander Schumacher, the first one down low. So is John Lynch. And it looks like Glenn Bundren is also to that inside. So again, 3 cars inside, 5 cars outside. So a new driver up front from 6th to 2nd. Alexander Schumacher in that 68. As this is going to be pretty interesting as the pace car comes back down pit road. Sam Brochu still leading us here at Thompson Speedway, and green flag is in the air. Schumacher, really looking strong. Trying to hold it on to that inside. don't know why the leaderboard's saying he's 3 seconds back from Sambrosiu. But Barrett Pulhemus, he's going to easily pass him on that outside lane. Now here comes Ryan Hyatt, also trying to make the move. The 68 is gone. And Hyatt will easily take third. Now Riley to the outside of Schumacher. And Schumacher trying to fill in the hole. He does. Little bit of a bump into the wall he goes. But he keeps it straight. And now he spins. So is that going to bring out the caution? Yes, it will. I don't know if Riley Marabello really liked that bit of a block he pulled off of turn number 2. Or turn number 4, but we'll go back and see what happened. See, they're racing for 4th. And Schumacher slides up right in front of Riley Marabello. And then Marabello bumps him, puts him into the wall. And then again, the 68 spins off the front bumper of the 92. We'll go on board with the 92. Yeah, it looks like Schumacher was braking pretty early for the corner, and Marabello just did not realize it. See, there's the first contact, the 68 into the wall. And then you'll see the 68 brake a bit early here. Right in front of Riley's path, and Riley just lifts up his back bumpers, or his back wheels. And around that 68 goes. So Riley Marabello was actually given an EOL because of that penalty. So he will drop to the rear. As the choose cone already happened, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Maybe not. It has not happened yet. Next time by it will. So we made it about 6 laps, and after that it's just been caution after caution basically. Still all 8 drivers in this event. We're still about 10 laps away from halfway. I should be coming to the choose cone this time by. Probably see most of these drivers take the top. Yep, everybody taking the top lane. Anybody going to go low? Yes, again, it's Schumacher, John Lynch, and Glenn Bundren. Back to the inside. We saw Schumacher, he actually got a pretty decent start, just couldn't really find a hole to fit in. These two back here, though, John Lynch and Glenn Bundren, they fell back pretty quickly. And Glenn, he's trying to regroup, get back up there to the front. He knows he has a fast car. Just that spin earlier has cost him track position. There we go, I'm coming back to the green flag. Sambrosiu will lead us again. Green flag in the air. And Schumacher quickly goes up high. Right in front of Barrett Pulhemus. So he will take second. Lynch, big contact. There he goes around. He collects Ryan Hyatt. Max Cost comes to a stop. Another caution on this restart. Doesn't look like too heavy damage on the 88 car. I'm not sure what happened there. There's just a big stack up with John Lynch. And around he went. So we'll go back and look at that. So on the restart, I think John Lynch might have tried to fit in a gap. He did, and then Ryan Hyatt just didn't realize he was doing that. Nice brakes on that 63. Let's go on board with him. Got to slow down pretty quickly and avoided the wreck. So now restarts will be single file after all the cautions, so there will be no choose cone now. Alexander Schumacher, though, he's absolutely stole second place away from these guys. As now with single file restarts, he can keep up here pretty well. It's coming to 1 to go till green. Remember, restarts have changed. It's a single file, so there will be no choose cone now. I don't think Barrett realizes that, as he's gonna, looks like been told by race control, so he's gonna line back up behind the 68. So we'll see how big of a jump this 21 car gets now. As green flag back in the air for Sam Brochu. Back here, not a good restart for Ryan Hyatt. Glenn Bundren quickly to his inside, trying to take that 4th spot away, but Hyatt's going to fight back on that outside. And that outside lane is usually the advantage here, so we'll see if this is going to be an easy pass for that 88 or not. And it looks like it will be, so Hyatt still keeping 4th. Now up here, Alexander Schumacher, Barrett Polhemus. They're going after it for 2nd. But it's just so hard to pass on that inside lane. You need the driver on the outside to make a mistake. As Schumacher, he's not letting Sam Brochu out of his sights though. About a car length back. Looking really high, trying to find a new lane. It's not going to work. He's in the wall as he's going to fall back to 6th. Now it's Barrett Polhemus in that 2nd spot. With Ryan Hyatt back there in 3rd right now. As Barrett pretty high up the racetrack too, but he's not going to hit the wall like the 68 did. I wonder how bad that 68 is hurting now. That right front was already poking out a little bit with some fender damage, and he's just going to let Max Cost by. And he's actually going to come down pit road, it looks like. Go back, take a look at his attempt again. You see, heading into turn number 3. Try to use that outside lane, try to find a new lane to run, and just gets into the throttle too soon, and wham. So he's down pit road, and since it's under green, he's going to go a few laps down. Trying to fix that damage. As it's still the 21 leading. But the cars behind him not too far away. You can almost fit a blanket underneath the whole top 5 right now. Coming to lap 25, 1 more to go before we hit halfway. As now we hit halfway this time by, Sam Brochu still leading us. Barrett Polhemus not too far behind. Then you got Ryan Hyatt, Glenn Bundren, Riley Marabello not too far either. But now the top 2 are pulling away. Ryan Hyatt kind of fading back a little bit. Barrett, he's in striking distance for a bump and run if it has to come to that, but like I said earlier, these cars, their back wheels get lifted up so easily it's just bump and runs are so hard to do without wrecking the guy in front of you. We saw a lot of drivers get spun at USA. We've seen some drivers get spun out here due to them hitting, due to a car giving a little bump and run, but lifting up their back wheels instead. As Barrett a bad exit off, that's going to allow Brosher to pull away. As the top five still really close together, but you know these tires are wearing out pretty quickly here. Also, Sam Brosher has all the clean air in the world. Everybody else does not. They might catch a bit of lap. I think there's a spin on the back straightaway. Yes, it is, and he's on the racetrack now. He just brings it down pit road. That's John Lynch. We'll go back and see what happened. Surprisingly, no caution for it, but it looks like he hits that seam again. Running 7th. And yes, he does. He hits that seam, spins around. And I guess he tried to get it back going, but doesn't have a lot of turn into that thing. Hits the wall, and wisely just brings it down pit road before the field came by. Coming to 17 laps to go. Barrett way up the racetrack and into the wall he goes. And that's going to give second place to Ryan Hyatt here. Just pushed that 79 a bit too much. Now Glenn Bundren very loose on the outside, saves it. But he still has the outside advantage, and this is catastrophic for that 79. As I wonder how that tire is doing, and it doesn't look well. Now him and Riley Marabello are battling. There's John Lynch coming back out of pit road, 4 laps down. So now we'll see what that 88 of Ryan Hyatt can do if he can catch the 21. So you know Ryan Hyatt, he finished third. He finished third in the feature number 2 last week. And actually, these drivers on your podium right now, they all finished on the podium in feature number 2 last week. So looking to go back-to-back on the podiums for these 3. Except this time it's Ryan Hyatt in second with Glenn Bundren in third. We'll see if Riley Marabello, Barrett Polhemus, if they can get on this podium. We'll see if anyone can catch this 21. We still got 13 laps to go. As unless something happens, lap traffic should not play a factor. Glenn Bundren all over the back bumper of Ryan Hyatt right now, trying to look for a way around him for second. He seems to be getting pretty good runs coming out of turn number 4, though. As we got 10 laps to go in this feature. As Sam Brosher, he's pulled away from Ryan Hyatt, so he's going to cruise to an easy feature 1 win here, unless we get a caution. But a dominating performance by this 21 has led every single lap so far. We'll still see a battle for second, maybe even a battle for 4th back there. So the two drivers who switched their numbers from last week are right now running 1-2. Looking to already show some glory to those new numbers. Of course, Brochu was in the 25, Hyatt was in the 7. And now they're the 21 and 88. But Hyatt has Glenn Bundren all over the back of him right now. And Bradley Marabello not too far behind. As Glenn, he sends it in, trying to make that pass underneath. Couldn't quite make it stick. As remember, Glenn was running second earlier, spun out on the seam. I'm trying to get back up there. So he's trying to shove that 88 up wide. And Hyatt actually hits the wall there a little bit. 5 laps to go in the feature. Riley Marabello right behind him. He's running an interesting line. Keeps diamonding it into the corner. Maybe he can capitalize on one of these drivers' wreck. 4 laps to go for Sam Brochu in the field. The top 3, or these 3 drivers under a blanket right now. As Riley, huge run on Glenn. See if he takes it here. No, he won't. He'll stay behind the 37. Oh, Glenn almost just tagged the 88 there. And actually might have gotten a better corner than he did. So we'll see if any of these drivers use the bumper. So we got 2 laps to go on this stage for Sam Brochu in that 21. A huge battle for the podium spot, though. This Brochu's coming to the white flag this time by. We'll be watching this battle for second. As Marabello, he's underneath Glenn. White flag in the air. See Glenn trying to get a run on the 88. Didn't happen that corner. He's going to have one more shot here. He might be too far back. Says it in. Brochu's going to win feature number 1. And back here, they're almost 3 wide for second, but it's going to be Ryan Hyatt holding on with Glenn Bundren third and Riley Marabello fourth. So Sam Brochu, your feature 1 winner here at Thompson Speedway. So we'll let him do his burnouts, and then we'll go do a podium interview. This Brochu's going to park it on the front straightaway and get ready for feature number 2. So let's go into the interviews here, broadcast booth. So we'll pull up 3rd place finisher, Glenn Bundren. Give us a second. Here we go. All right, Glenn, do you copy? All right, give me a second. I don't know why it always does this. It always changes my speaker.
All right, do you start with top 3rd, or do you do 1st, 2nd, 3rd?
I think I did 3rd, 2nd, 1st last week.
Oh, okay.
But I can do the other way if you want.
No. Let's do 3, 2, 1.
All right. So Glenn Bundren with a 3rd place finish here in feature number 1. Probably could have been better, but had an earlier spin and then just got stuck back in traffic, but managed to regroup to 3rd. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we overcame that spin there early on in the race. I hit that bump off of 2, and then I couldn't catch it. I tried to catch it, and just went around on me. But good rebound. If we weren't behind Ryan Hyatt there for, I don't know, half the last run, I think I could have got Sam. My tires were a little bit better. I feel like after that spin, I know. But just Ryan kind of killed me there a little bit, but I didn't want to move him because we have another heat coming up. Feature coming up. But yeah, I did a heck of a job. Good for points right now, P3. So we're on to the next feature, put new tires on this thing, and hopefully we can go get us a W.
All right, congrats on your third place. Congrats on our race, and see you in feature number 2.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Glenn Bundren. We'll pull in second place finisher Ryan Hyatt. So Ryan Hyatt, kind of a, I don't really know. You really didn't have anything much interesting happen to you that race. You just kind of ran at 4th, but luckily got up to 2nd after Barrett Pullhimus hit the wall and held on to 2nd from a hard charging Glenn Bundren and Riley Marabell. So how do you feel?
Pretty good. The camo car snuck its way up through there. They couldn't see it coming.
That's true. All right, anyone you want to thank for your second place finish?
Well, I mean, Stock Car Society Chevy was pretty good, so just thank the guys that put it together.
All right, congrats on your second place, and see you in feature number 2.
Alrighty, see y'all.
All right, so we'll pull in your feature 1 winner, which is Sam Brochu. So Sam Brochu leads all 50 laps here at Thompson Speedway. Won a feature last week and already starting great this week with a feature 1 win. How do you feel, Sam?
Yeah, I feel kind of good. It was, I guess it's just the rules that the leader can't choose his lane on the start. And I think that's like where it definitely helped me, because as soon as I lined up second and then Glenn was like, the leader can't choose lanes on the initial start, I was like, oh, well, I got this. I just can't lose the lead. And then I was just so determined on saving tires from the beginning. And, the guys in the back thought I was pushing a little bit because I missed a corner or something. But I was just so dead set on saving my tires like the first half. It was really easy for me to just lengthen out my lead like that. So I wasn't really expecting to gap the field by almost 3 seconds, but I'm not mad about it. We ended up with a feature 1 win, and hopefully we can go get us a feature 2 win.
All right, Sam, congrats on your feature 1 win. See you in feature number 2.
Yep, thank you.
Nope. And just for fun, while we wait for feature number 2 to be set up, we'll just bring Alexander Schumacher in here because he's in the waiting room. Hello, Alex.
Hi.
So a little bit of a rough feature number 1, DNF there at the end after slapping the wall and after a few spins. So how do you overcome that in feature number 2?
Drive harder. That's honestly it. I drove too hard and I put it in the fence, and that was just me trying to chase Sam. So I found the limit, so now I know how to overstep it, and I just hope I don't get tossed around like a pinball next time, because that was rough. I didn't want to be slapped around so much, but sometimes that's just how it is, short track racing.
All right, thank you, Alex, and good luck in feature number 2.
Thank you.
All right, so while he gets feature number 2 set up, there's not really much to talk about. I will talk about graphics. They are in the works. They're in the making for new graphics, maybe a new leaderboard, trying to just kind of organize things just a tad bit. But hopefully we'll have all that ready by the end of the season, and definitely at the start of season 2 of SRL. So while we wait for heat number 2 to be set up, we'll go on a short break, and we'll be back maybe in about 15, or hopefully in about maybe 5-10 minutes. So I'll see you guys in feature number 2. Hello and welcome back to the Bundren Lawn Care iRacing series. Today we're here for feature number 2 now, as we just finished up feature 1. Now under the lights for feature number 2. Very nice here. The field is inverted, or will be inverted, as everyone will be going to the back. So we'll see the 21 cut his way through the field, as he seemed to have the dominant car. So the pace car is off. And we'll see this invert start to take place. As on the pole, it should be the 68 of Alexander Schumacher. Right beside him, the 54 of John Lynch. And the row number 2 was Max Cost and I believe Barrett Polhemus. Row number 3, Riley Marabello with Glenn Bundren. And then rounding out your field is Ryan Hyatt with Sam Brochu. So Brochu, your feature 1 winner. And is looking to win back-to-back features here. We're now starting last in this feature, so we'll see what happens here. It should be 40 laps. That's what the ticker said up top. So this one should be 40 laps, but I could be wrong. Could be 50 like last feature. So she'll be going green this time by. All these drivers, fresh new tires, fresh new paint schemes, fresh new cars. So we're getting ready. Alexander Schumacher ready to lead us. And green flags out here in feature number 2. Schumacher will lead lap number 1. A big stack up there on the outside. Saw the 92 go into the wall. Riley Marabella, so he's kind of dropping back right now. Bit of contact there with Ryan Hyatt. Brochu, oh! Max Cost goes around in the 63 and hits the inside wall pretty hard there. There's just so many cars bundled up in mid-pack, and they all make contact. And around the 63 goes, so we'll go back and see what happened. So there with Glenn Bundren and Sam Brochu. Oh, it looks like Brochu gives Bundren a tap. And then down into Max Cost, this 37 goes. See that from another angle. Do we have any other angle? Don't look like it. We'll go. Ah, here we go. This is how you're gonna be able to see. So back. You'll see the 21 give 37 a little bunt here, which spun him down into the 63. Down he went. Then we'll go back and see that first lap, which saw the 92 go into the wall. You see the 54 gets run really up high, slows everybody down, and the 21 again into the back of the 92, and he actually kept it off the wall, so good job to Riley Marabello, but he's got some back bumper damage now. So we're about to go back green. Choose cone back in play. 3 cars on the inside, 5 cars on the outside. Green flag back in the air here in feature number 2. John Lynch trying to keep it in second place. We saw him have the most issues in turn number 2 with that seam, that little bump. Right now, he takes second away from Barrett. Sam Brochu in the 21 trying to make his way through the field. So is Glenn Bundren in that 37. might be seeing a battle for the lead here. Is Schumacher really wide? John Lynch is underneath him now. Side by side for the race lead. Now where does that 37 go? Or the 21, or any of these guys. Schumacher really wide. And Lynch just barely squeezes in front of him. John Lynch to the race lead. Now Schumacher dives it in down low, trying to make the pass on him. Couldn't quite make it stick, but he's still to his inside. As all these cars jumbled up right now, look at Brochu making a pass on Glenn Bundren as he went wide. Now Riley Marabello back there underneath the 21. Oh, very sideways he goes. I think he got a punt from the 79. He saves it though, but that's going to lose him some track position. And Sam Brochu, who started last, already up to third. Trying to get around Alexander Schumacher. All over the back bumper of that 68. And now looking low. But Schumacher gets the run off the corner. And sends it in. Still all over the back bumper of that 68. Bit of a nudge there. And he's looking down low, but Schumacher will get the run off the corner. So he punts him here, trying to stay off him, but all over the back of him at the same time. Brochu trying to find a way around this 68. Now looking high, and he might have the run here. Yes, he does. Sam Brochu easily takes second away from that 68. Now he's looking on his sights on the 54. Now Glenn's going to try to pass Schumacher here. We're about to see a battle for the race lead. Sam Brochu already up here. But you know, John Lynch, he's not going to give up that outside lane. Brochu's going to try to take it away from him. All over the back bumper of that 54. Lynch trying to block. Back here, Glenn Bundren decides to finally go down low underneath the 68. Trying to send it in. Couldn't quite make the pass stick. Oh, a bit of a contact with Alexander. Now he's got Ryan Hyatt to deal with. Not really room to go back up the racetrack, and he's going to lose the position to Ryan Hyatt as well. Bit of contact, and that's going to send the 37 around on the back straightaway. Caution's back out here. Let's go back and take a look at that replay from the blip camera. So Glenn tried to make a move on Alexander, but lost that outside lane. And it just gets tight right here. And actually, Ryan Hyatt might have come down a little bit too. And around the 37 went on the back straightaway. So John Lynch still leading this thing. Sam Brochu second, Alexander Schumacher third, and Ryan Hyatt will be taking fourth. So we'll see if we're coming to the choose cone this time by. And it looks like we are. Everybody taking that outside lane. First one down low, Ryan Hyatt. Right behind him, Riley Marabello. Looks like Max Cost is back there as well. So all of them to the inside, everybody else to the outside. So I think we'll be coming to 15, lap number 15 on this restart. This pace car down pit road. John Lynch will lead us back to the green. And green flag's back out here on lap number 15. Bad start by Ryan Hyatt on the inside. A good jump by the other two. As Brochu had a good run, but Lynch closes the door. Ryan Hyatt's still back there struggling, trying to find a lane up that racetrack, shoving Barrett wide. Still can't find a lane up high though. And he's going to be dropping like a rock until he does. He might fall all the way back to last. So from second to last, this 88 is going to go, it looks like. As Barrett looking underneath the 68, but couldn't get the run off the corner. And Ryan Hyatt will finally tuck in 7th. Back up front, still Sam Brochu, who probably has the fastest car today. Trying to find a way around John Lynch. He's going to have to catch him lacking, which he might have just did. As look at that, underneath, big time here. Lynch still has the preferred line, but we'll see what Sam Brochu does here. Shoves him pretty wide up the racetrack. Oh, very loose John Lynch goes. Still side by side for the lead. Brochu shoving him way up the racetrack, trying to take it down low. Shoving him really wide again, and Sam Brochu is going to take it from the inside. That might be the first pass we've seen on the inside, and for the lead, wow. And we have a caution in the back. Looks like it might involve Riley Marabello. Oh, it's actually further back. It's Glenn Bundren with Barrett Pulhimus. Right as Sam Brochu took the race lead away, we'll go back and see what happened. So all these guys are battling back here for third. Barrett underneath Schumacher. And it looks like Glenn gives him a bit of a tap and around. Oh my goodness, big hit there by Riley Marabello. So we'll see what kind of damage this 92 has to go on board with him. See that again. See Barrett just trying to tuck back in line, and then Glenn gets into the back of him. Just a little bad bump there. And here comes Riley Marabello. Doesn't realize 79 is going to slide back up the racetrack into the side of him, lifting his car up into the air. That's going to be pretty heavy damage to the 79 and the 92. We're about to go back green. Sam Brochu actually takes the inside, trying to give himself a little bit of a challenge. John Lynch on that outside lane. The pace car is in. Yeah, green flag back in the air. Oh, they almost just punted the 21 out of the way there. Barrett did. Oh, Schumacher's around, and now Glenn's going to hit the inside wall. And coming to halfway, and that's going to bring out the caution. We saw Barrett try to fit in line there again and stacked up the field. Go back and see what happened. I thought the 21 was going to spin here because the 79 gave him a huge shot to the back bumper. And Schumacher, you see Barrett's going to pull up. Schumacher has to get off the gas. Ryan Hyatt gets at the back of him, and then down into the 37 he went. So we'll go blimp cam. Glenn Bundren just gets blindsided again. So John Lynch managed to take the lead there. So we will be restarting on lap 27. So we come to the choose cone. Lynch. Actually, that was not the choose cone. Next time by will be it. Glenn Bundren down pit road. Gonna fix some damage here. Remember, caution laps do not matter, so you will not be going laps down. As he's out and away. We should be coming to the choose cone this time by. Yes, we did. We might be single file restarts now as no one's taking that inside lane. No, he didn't change him to single file. It's just no one went to that inside lane. Everybody on the outside. As Riley's now down to the inside. So is Glenn Bundren. Green flag in the air. That was a weird start. Wow, Glenn's just punting the 92. I think it might have caught some of these guys off guard, like Sam Broshu in that 21. He's regrouped. About to get back up to second. I don't know where Riley came from. Glenn Bartley took the inside because he was already in the back. Still John Lynch leading this thing, and I don't think anyone can take away most laps led from him now. As he's led a lot, bit of a pump there by Sam Broshu. Oh, another punt! That's going to send the 54 around! Max Koss gets a little piece of it. And Broshu just all over the back bumper of the 54. Sends him around in turn number 4. Let's go back and see that again. So he just hard racing, and the 21 just gets in there a bit too much. Just gets a huge run on the 54. It just lifts up his wheels, and around Lynch goes. Watch that from the cockpit of the 21. I don't think Broshu just realized he was going to get that big of a run on the 54 there. Just turned him sideways. So now it's Sam Broshu out with the race lead, coming to the choose cone. Glenn Bundren down low, the only one down there right now. Looks like he might be the only one, and we're actually adding another caution lap. Are we missing somebody? Did I miss something? Oh! I did miss something. So coming to the choose cone. Oh, Barrett just, I don't know what he was doing there, but Ryan Hyatt, he's just as confused, and they make contact. But I can see, it looks like he was trying to fake, but I don't think he was going to be able to miss that middle line. Yeah, he was going to hit the middle line no matter what, and poor Ryan Hyatt was just innocent victim there. If we're going green this time by Glenn Bundren, Alexander Schumacher, John Lynch, all on the inside. But Sam Brosha will be leading us. As green flag back in the air here. 17 laps to go. Side by side for second. It's the 9-2 of Riley Marabello. He will take it. John Lynch, Alexander Schumacher back there side by side. Looks like Lynch will take that position. So back up in fourth after his spin. This is still Sam Brosh, who has a nice bit of car length lead. So coming to 14 laps to go, Sam Brosha looking to go back-to-back tonight in these features. Riley Marabello looking to get his first podium. Back here, John Lynch. We might be seeing a battle brew up here with John Lynch, Alexander Schumacher, and Barrett Polhemus. As the lead isn't shrinking, it isn't growing. It's just staying about half a second, maybe a little bit less. We'll see if Riley Marabello can catch him by the end of this. He's got 12 laps to do it. And we know Brosha was saving tires last feature, but he was in the lead the whole race. This time he had to overcome some track position after starting last, so he's probably used his tires a bit more, but it still looks like he's pulling away from the 92. We know the 92 ran into the Barrett earlier this race, so that could be causing a bit of slowness. We come to 10 laps to go for Sam Brosha in that 21. And he's almost pulled a second on Riley, so it looks like he's going to cruise to another feature win here. Unless something happens. We still have this big battle back here for fourth, or we did. All of them still pretty close together. It looks like the podium is pretty much pulled away from the rest of the field. Battle for fifth might be heating up here. Barrett Polhemus underneath Alexander Schumacher for that fifth spot. Of course, Barrett, your heat winner. These feature races have not gone his way though. Just trying to salvage any spot he can. So it was a bit more of a challenge this time for the race lead, but now ever since taking it, Brosha is just gone now from Riley Marabello, has a second, maybe even a second and a half lead. So we got 5 laps to go. Still a big battle back there for 5th. Now it's actually for 6th. Ryan Hyatt all over the back bumper of Barrett. We saw these two crash underneath the safety pace laps. They both probably have tons of damage. They really can't fire off as well. The cars aren't handling as well either. As Hyatt's looking high on Barrett. Might be up there, and yes he is. He takes the outside advantage away from the 79. We'll see if he can make that pass. This is for 6th. And he will take it. So Ryan Hyatt up into sixth. There are really no other close battles on the racetrack. So coming to the white flag to wrap up feature number 2. And it's Sam Brosher once again looking for a 3rd feature win in a row. Down the backstretch for the final time, entering turn number 3. And out of turn number 4, it's going to be Sam Brosher again, winning the stage, or I'm winning the feature. Riley's 2nd. Glenn's going to come home 3rd. John Lynch 4th. Actually, John Lynch 6th. Schumacher 4th. Hyatt 5th. I think Lynch might have tried something back there. We'll go back and take a look at it after this. Oh, well. Good thing I messed up the camera because he hit the wall there. But Sam Brosher wins both the features tonight, and he's going to burn it down. This looks like he's going to do a little victory lap around the track. While he does that, we'll go back. I said John Lynch did something back here. He was running 4th, but on the final lap, he tried something. Let me find it here. He tried something to get Glenn Bundren. And it did not work out for him. He actually lost 2 positions to Alexander Schumacher and Ryan Hyatt. So let's get into the podium room. We'll pull in 3rd place finisher, which is Glenn Bundren. Oops, let me get, there we go.
Oh.
All right. Hello, Glenn. Once again, finishing 3rd in the feature. 2 3rd place finishes tonight in the features, 2 podium. How do you feel about that?
I was bouncing around like a ping pong ball. I can't even count how many wrecks I got into. I was in the wall. How we got the P3, I have no clue, man. Went up here road, had to get some damage fixed, and then rim road the top and got a P3, which we should have finished like dead ass last. But oh well, on to 5 Flags. I guess sponsors I want to thank: Bundren Lawn Care, Blaze Designs. I want to thank Blaze's parents for giving me messages on Facebook. That's awesome. Yeah. Besides that, you for the broadcast, you do one heck of a job. Yeah. Just yeah.
All right. Congrats on your 2 3rd place finishes tonight. I'll see you next week, Glenn.
Thank you.
Alright, so that was Glenn Bundren, and we have a different guy this time finishing 2nd. Not Ryan Hyatt, it's Riley Marabello this time, so we'll bring him into the booth. So Riley, nice little 2nd place finish there after completely demolishing the 79 late in the race there. How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't think I necessarily demolished him. I hit him. I didn't feel anything, though. I'm just lucky to be here. I don't really have a niche for short track racing like a lot of these other guys do. So, it's a pleasure to get 2nd, but I don't think we'll be up on that 1st spot this year.
All right, anybody you would like to thank before you head out here?
just all the guys who make this possible.
All right, thank you, Riley. Congrats on your second place. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right, and then we'll bring in your winner, who won both features tonight, Sam Broshu. Bit of a challenge this time by, but managed to get up front late and win feature number 2, just like feature number 1. How do you feel?
Yeah, no, I feel good. I was really trying not to rough up Jo there. There was a small stretch where he was actually faster than me, and I wasn't really expecting that, but I guess I should have, because here at Thompson you can't pass worth anything. So I tried to get to him a couple times, and then I got there that one time where he spun off my nose and he just came down and barely grazed it, and he just kind of parked it on the apex, and there was nothing I really could have done. If I had checked up, then the whole field probably would have wrecked. So I didn't want to compromise the entire field, but I also didn't want to wreck him. But happy to sweep the features tonight. It should put me first in points, and yeah, I'm kind of try-harding a little bit because I really want that Buffalo Wild Wings gift card. So hopefully we can win the championship and grab that.
Well, so far you're 3 in a row in the last 3 features, so congrats on that. Congrats on tonight. And anyone you would like to thank?
Yeah, just all the guys that were in Discord: Riley, Glenn, Jo, Hayes, Barrett, and Ryan. We race hard, but we race clean and aggressive, and we have a lot of fun out here. And we have our scuffles sometimes, but it's all in just hard competition. But yeah, just those guys for being really cool, racing really clean, and yeah, on to the next one.
All right, thank you, Sam. I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
And give me 1 second. I guess just for fun again, we'll bring Alexander back in here. I don't know if he's having a talk with them. Here, actually, let me add him real quick, see if he wants to interview. He's in the waiting room, but he could just be talking in there. I'm not sure. I don't really want to pull him out if he's speaking. Okay, he's in the admin room now, so we'll just leave him alone. So thank you all for coming out here for race number 2 here at Thompson Speedway. If I look at the schedule here, next week will be at, oh my gosh, that's small.
Hey,
5, oh, hello.
I got dragged.
Alright, well, did feature number 2 go any better for you or no?
At least I finished.
That's true.
Didn't make any enemies and didn't get punted out of the way, so all is well that ends well. So
I think
tires die fast, car have no speed, me equals me limping home.
I think you ended up 4th though in that feature, so.
I did, because Jo was such a generous person. He decided to donate all of his spots to the rest of the field on the final corner.
Alright, is there anyone you would like to thank before you head out?
Jesus Christ, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and this beer. And also shout out Miley Cyrus.
Alright, congrats on your 4th place. See you next week.
Yeah, take care.
Alright, so that will do it. So next week is Five Flags Speedway for 2 50-lap features, it looks like. Plus all the heat races and qualifying before. So thank you all for coming out here and watching this one here at Thompson Speedway. Next week, like I said, is Five Flags Speedway. And I'll see you guys there.